Yo! Now as you may know, I have set out to remove the use of absorbers and fans within our automations by creating advanced automations of all possible farms. And we're going to be starting off by upgrading my most viewed video ever. So today we are going to build an advanced auto bioethanol farm. Now quick disclaimer, some of these advanced farms involve the building merging glitch. So if you need some help doing this, there is a link to a short guide in the description. And before we get started, please do drop a like and subscribe, comment down below with any help that you may need or any advanced farms that you want to see. But let's do this. So let's run through everything we are going to need. You are going to need some floors and 2 walls. Now you can use any kind of walls and things. I just like to use glass. You also want 2 slopes, 1 coulter wall, 2 fast conveyor belts, 5 wheat fields, 1 sprinkler, 1 reaper, 1 auto cooking machine, 2 auto aging machines, 1 big container, and a retrieving rod. You are going to make a lot of mistakes, trust me. Once you have these items, head to your base or the island where you want to build your advanced auto bioethanol farm. We're going to start out by putting a platform down just for us to be able to walk around on, but we're going to go a little bit wider with this one because it is a bit of a wider build. Now again, you can use any floors that you want. I just like to use glass floors, so I'm going to put a layer of glass floors just along here, and that allows you guys to be able to see absolutely everything that's going on. Now with this platform, we are actually going to come back this way as we develop the build. So these glass floors will actually be destroyed. So make sure you line that up correctly, that we are going to come forward 1 square. So now we're going to go ahead and we are going to equip our auto cooker, and we're going to place that down so we can reach the panels. Now we're going to head over to the exit of the auto cooker, and we are going to equip our fast conveyor belt. Now what you want to do is you want to rotate it, stand kind of between the 2, and you're going to do this motion here to make it click into the exit. That will do the building merge glitch and actually make the exit of the auto cooker a fast conveyor belt instead. Now as I said, you may make a lot of mistakes with building this automation, but we have our retrieving rod to correct anything that we do make a mistake on. So we're just going to stand here and keep clicking it in until we do finally get it in, just like so. Now this part is purely for building purposes to help us line things up. So we're going to use our coulter walls, and I'm actually going to place it right in the center of the exit conveyor belt. Okay, now we are going to equip our auto aging facility, but we are actually going to ungridlock the auto aging facility, and you will see how to ungridlock down in the bottom left. As you can see, it says switch to build mode. As I press that, grid snap will come on and off. So we want to turn gridlock off so we have the freedom to move it around. Now make sure your auto aging facility is facing the correct way. You want to make sure that the arrows are facing the right way. You don't want to put the exit this side because it's going to mess the whole thing up. I warn you because I've done it. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're just going to bring it over to the left-hand side, and we're going to bring it in so it starts to merge with the exit of the auto cooker. Now you'll see here that the auto aging facility is red. We can't place it here because it's merged with the other build. So give it a wiggle around, and another thing you can do is if you make a kind of quick motion to the right and to the left, it kind of resets the boundaries, which allows you to place it in a bit more freedom. So we're going to line it up with that exit conveyor belt and with the coulter wall so that the conveyor belt is in line with that coulter wall. Now the reason we have the coulter wall here is to just help us line things up. Now as you can see, the coulter wall is actually in part of the auto aging facility. If I actually take 1 step too far, that whole coulter wall will appear. That means we've gone too far. So we just want to bring it back 1 so that it is slightly inside the machine. Now you can go ahead and place that machine down. Now as you can see, the coulter wall is slightly inside the machine, and our arrows up here are pretty much lined up. They don't have to be exact, but we just want the auto aging machine in the middle of that conveyor belt. Now this is where things are going to get even more tricky. We're going to equip our retrieving rod, and we are actually going to remove these glass floors. Okay, so now we are going to equip our second auto aging facility, and again we are also going to ungridlock this one. Make sure the arrows are facing the right way, and we're going to bring it in next to the one we already have. Now again, it's going to come up red, but right now just focus on lining it up with the other one. Now what you're looking for here is you're just trying to get it to the right height. Now the easiest way to do this is to do it with the conveyor belt. If you look through the build at the exit of the auto cooker, you will see the conveyor belt through our red auto aging facility. Right now we are 1 too high. If we bring it down 1, that's actually perfectly lined up. You can also see it will dip underwater if we go one too many. So we're just going to bring it up one, and there we go, that's perfect. And now for the real tricky part, and you are going to want your retrieving rod equipped for this. We have to get this big chunky border lined up with the big chunky border on our first aging facility. So we're going to start off by making sure the machine is pushed as far towards the machine as we can. And we can tell that because it disappears. So we're going to bring it one towards us so that it's red. Now, as you can see, I can see through my build to the chunky border on the first aging machine. And I can see that I'm too far to the left. But before we bother lining them up, we need to make it so we can place our aging facility here. So we're just going to wiggle it around and eventually it will go blue. Again, make sure we're as close to the machine as we can go. So keep walking till it disappears, come back one. And now we're going to try and line up those two chunky borders. So we're going to bring it forward one. And I'm going to place it about there. Make sure the conveyor belt isn't too low. Let's place it down. And that's perfect. That actually lined up really well. Now, if it is a touch to the left or a touch to the right, just come back down, use your retrieving rod, pick it up, and then try again. I get it's frustrating, but it's worth it. So eventually you should have something that looks like this. So now that you're done with that, use your rod of retrieving, just point through until you find the plaster wall and remove it. And there you go. Now I know, that was frustrating. I'm sorry. But these are advanced automations for a reason. And the most tricky part is now done. So we're now going to come over to the exit of our auto-aging facilities. We're going to place down a couple more floors just so we're not falling in the water constantly. And here we are going to equip our big container. Now we're going to ungridlock this one as well. And we're going to line this one up in the middle as well. Now with this one, just get it into the middle. You don't need to glitch it inside or anything like that. Just line it up, place it down, and take a look. Now, as you can see, this one is too far to the right. I need this arrow directly in the middle. So I'm just going to come back down here. I'm going to remove it and I'm going to try again. Let's try that. Let's have a look. Way too far to the right. What am I doing? Okay, that's got to be perfect. One to the right again. Now, I'm sure that's too far to the left. Okay, that's actually in the middle. That didn't feel like that was going to be in the middle. But there we go. That's centered. Now we're going to go and equip our two walls. Now, again, I like to use glass walls, but you can use whatever you want. Ungridlock these as well. Bring them in, and you're just going to point them towards the big container. Now, the great thing is this just allows you to do this. You can pretty much place this wherever you want, but let's tidy it up. Let's make sure that the bars are nice and low so it doesn't stick out the top of our auto-aging facility or out of the top of our container. So I'm just going to place down one here, and I'm going to do the same on the other side. And there we go. And you should have something that looks like this. Now, that's perfect. Now, if you find that you get any bioethanol stuck for any reason down in this gap here, just move your walls towards your aging facility one more. Just make sure you've sealed that gap. And there we go, you have the hardest part done. Your build is done. All we have to do is add in the wheat. So for this, of course, we're going to head to the entrance of the auto cooker. I'm going to place down a fast conveyor belt behind right here, and I'm going to send in my sprinkler. Next, I'm going to equip my slope. Again, I like to use glass, use whatever you want, and I'm going to place that inside just like so. Now I'm going to equip my wheat fields. Now I've only got 5 on me, so I'm just going to hold down the place button and send them all inside. Once they are inside, I'm going to use my slopes again. Now I'm going to do the glitch technique to put another slope inside. So it's going to be something like this. Once that is inside, you can remove that first glass slope that you put in and send in your reaper. And there we go. Now we're going to make sure all of our machines are set up. We're going to come into here. We're going to set this infinite auto craft. Come around to this side. Bioethanol, infinite auto craft. We're going to go all the way over the other side now. Into here. Bioethanol, auto craft. Done. Now we just wait. We can remove this conveyor belt behind and the build is now done. We will just wait for the process so you can see it in action. Now while we wait for the wheat to grow, I'm going to go through a couple of key points here. One, this fast conveyor belt on the exit of the auto cooker is a must. This makes it so the wheat doesn't get stuck on the middle of the auto aging machines because it's going so fast it bounces it into the machine. Also, when you're putting in the glass slopes at the end, make sure you have 2 in at a time before removing 1. You want to keep those wheat fields compact. So the wheat fields are now fully grown. We're going to wait for our reaper here to cut it. There we go. The reaper will cut the wheat. That goes straight inside. Nothing goes stuck. Nothing there. cooks all the way through. Now you will see the glowing trails and you will see it send straight into each side of the auto-aging facilities. Now mainly getting it into the right hand side, so you want some to build up first of all, but it will go into both. So we're just going to stand there. There you go. You see some going into that side as well. It doesn't go perfectly split even side, but that's okay because you've got 5 wheat fields in there, so it allows for a slight backup so that both of them have enough at the same time. And as you will see, these will start being made. This is the first time it's being built, so there's no backup right now. So we need them both to start, and then they will just continuously run. But once there's enough inside, we will come down here for a good view. The bioethanol will come down straight into the container, and it will stack up inside here forever. Now, as I mentioned, when you first build it, you might think it seems a bit slow. No machines are actually making the bioethanol, but that's because we need each machine to get a good amount of backup. This just means that you won't have a continuous amount of backup and they will run at a nice pace rather than overflowing of either material. If you want to speed this up for faster results, put more wheat fields in at the start. You can get so many wheat fields in as long as you put those glass slopes in. Okay, it's now the following in-game day. The machine has had enough to back up, and as you will see, it is just continuously running. It's just got to get enough to get backed up, so it may seem slow first of all, but I can assure you it does get running perfectly smooth, and eventually you have a continuous loop of bioethanol. And there we go, you now have an advanced automatic bioethanol farm. And we used 0 absorbers and 0 fans. Now, I really hope this guide helped you. Please do drop a like and subscribe. Comment down below with any help that you may need, or again, any advanced automations that you want to see. Remember to join the Discord. All the links are down in the description below, but most importantly, enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace!